And what is it? 9.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Damn.
Just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Well, do it live! Do it live!
That's what happens when you don't have Tim on the desk. Welcome to week 109 from our lovely little home on top of a volcano in El Salvador.
Yep. Tim's back next week. We'll be back in the studio. So looking forward to that. Tim.
He's probably not, well, he might be watching live.
Yeah,
they just arrived, Tim and Charlie just arrived at Bitcoin Lake in Guatemala.
Yes.
So they could be watching.
Yeah, they could be. I don't think so. But
I know Mark of Bitcoin is watching because he just sent a sats via Wallet of Satoshi.
Yeah, and Mark, hey, you're in the United States. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah.
Down here in El Salvador. That's really exciting.
Super cool.
Yep.
It's very, very exciting. This weekend that's just been was actually legal tender weekend. We went down to the beach Saturday and Sunday, and we had a really good catch up with a lot of people we know.
Yeah,
which was really good.
It was really good. We're still actually feeling it, I think. We're both feeling a little bit flat and a bit tired, but that's okay. The show still goes on.
Yes, now hopefully the rain will not be a major issue. It's been pouring here and the noise has been intense, but it's broken just for the show.
Yep.
So let's go.
All right, okay. So newsletter, if James hasn't already mentioned, which he hasn't, link down below. What we do with the newsletter is we share 3 events that we think have been important over the last week. We also have the link to our calendar. Now our calendar is the event calendar here of El Salvador, which shows you all the Bitcoin events that you may want to join in. Look, I can't guarantee they're all perfect, but they are what they are. It all depends on who's been sharing them and making sure that I find them and what's going on.
Don't trust us.
Yeah, actually verify.
Verify.
Absolutely. Now, other things in regards to events is the one thing I'm really going to talk about is the Adopting BTC. Now that is coming up in November. It is a high signal conference. We're in Bitcoin country. We have a Bitcoin conference.
We have that Bitcoin conference in Bitcoin country.
It's a no-brainer, really.
It is.
You know, and this is the adopting is on the 16th and 17th of November, but you need to come early because you need to come to the really important, if you can, get to a graduation for My First Bitcoin, and that is going to be on the 14th. And then we also have, of course, the Unconferenced on the 15th, My First Bitcoin Unconferenced. They will be doing, not My First Bitcoin, but there's also going to be a movie on the 15th that night.
Movie premiere.
Yep. And then 16th, 17th conference. 18th Bitcoin Beach. Go and touch the shiny object. Go and check it out. There'll be the Bitcoin Farmers Market as well as a big gastronomical fair down there. So it'll be well worth going and checking that. That will be on the Sunday. And then I think it's pretty much free to come and check Berlin out. You also, if you wanted to, you have an opportunity to go to Roatan, which is in Honduras. Well worth going and doing that, checking that out too if you have the time. But don't miss Berlin. That's just also a no-brainer, really.
Pretty much. It's definitely on the to-do list. We spoke to a lot of people who are visiting this weekend and it's like, you're going to Berlin? And they're like, we plan on it, or I only just heard of it and I'm not going. And it's like, missing out.
Yep.
But that's all good.
Yeah.
Hola, super pilot-ish. Just so you know, I have reached out to a friend whose son is a pilot based on your tweet a couple of days ago. And they're meant to DM you. If you don't hear from them, please let me know because I will put you in touch and he'll do private flights. So he's been training to take flights, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Mark is in the house.
He is. Oh, Graphene OS. Man, he's going stealth. If you logged in to your Google account with your Graphene OS. Anyway.
All right.
Cool.
Monday.
Monday.
Let's go.
We're going to keep it moving.
Pretty much, to be honest, our weeks at the moment are really busy. There has been a lot of work. There has also been a lot of prepping for the conference, and we've seemed to have built up a huge amount of homesteading things where we're making milk kefir, water kefir. We've got a SCOBY kombucha thing going on. We've got fermented pineapple. So I find my mornings are quite busy just managing that.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So every week every morning we are working on that stuff as well.
I think it's also home improvement. So we're doing little things around the house just to make it feel less like camping and more like we live here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then, so we pretty much worked, we prepped for our live. Due to the weather and not having Tim, we chose to stay in the house again. And we did our live from home, and it was good. Yeah, we enjoyed it. It was, But we are looking forward to getting back into the centre and back into the podcast studio. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I need to be moving the flag too.
You do.
All right. Let's get it to the Tuesday. Mm-hmm. We again spent the morning working on our different projects, quite a few of them to do. Nikki's doing a Spanish lesson. We've got a few people who help us with remote Spanish now, Salvadorans, that are available for lessons. If you'd like some, let us know. And then Nikki headed into town to drop off a few things to Gail's home. Did you drop off a birthday gift that day?
I think you were looking at the wrong thing.
Am I?
You are definitely looking at the wrong calendar there. Look.
I'm a week behind. She did drop off birthday stuff on that day, but she still had a Spanish lesson. And then she went to buy some,
wow.
What do you mean I can't spell graphene? Very good. Oh man, I forgot to move the thing. Okay, that's all right. Thank you, that's good.
You.
For anybody who's wondering, you can zap this QR code and send sats, and in the message, put in your message, in the message icon, put in your message. And this is thanks to Get Alby. It's a NOSTR Wallet Connect protocol thing, and it's pretty cool. We've been buying raw milk from the local milk farmer. Lecheera. Is that the official word? Lecheera. There you go.
Something like that, anyway.
What do you mean something like that?
I've got it written down somewhere.
Okay. And then... did we go in together? Then
I think we did.
Okay, and then
we also milk.
Yes, and we also went to the local fruit and veggie shop that we use. I think we bought 2 cartons of eggs as well. I feel like we bought a lot home.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. All right, so it was a busy morning on Tuesday to get ourselves ready with food.
Yeah, and then we carried on working.
Now, Tim and a couple of other people have mentioned they'd like to see more of our life moving around where we buy food and do stuff like that. It's something I was playing with today. Don't know if we're sold on the format yet. And we also have to take a lot more videos and things like that. So we'll see how we go.
Yeah. Okay, Wednesday. As I said, Wednesday, or our week was being very much really busy. Heaps of work to do, heaps of prepping to do. And so that was pretty much what I was doing. I think we've also been spending a bit of time out in the garden. We've trimmed a lot of trees, so we've got lots of dead leaves everywhere, and I'm just trying to tidy them up to just
I think decomposting leaves.
Decomposting leaves, yeah.
Sounds better than dead. But they're being put to good use in our garden.
So that was cool. So pretty much Wednesday was that. We didn't really leave the house, to be honest, so we've just been working.
The tortoise likes the leaves.
He does.
He hides in them.
Yeah, we can't see the tortoise. All right, so Wednesday.
Thursday. That was pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about how boring some of the things sound, but it's because it's our routine, and I guess that's why sharing some photos that might be a bit more interesting would be good. All right, we're going to cut to the service and take a look. We're going to talk about getting off zero.
Yeah, so you thought we might do a bit of a change for our service for the next few weeks. And one of the big things James and I have really been talking about is the importance of people to getting off zero. And I know majority of you who are watching have Bitcoin or are holding Bitcoin. Absolutely awesome. But you also may have friends who are going, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do, and do I really want to, buy any? But for us, we feel it is an important thing. The more people who can get off zero and just get something is better than nothing.
Yeah, and we thought that this information may be useful. So one of the things that we've really noticed is that enough people aren't going out there and maybe just dropping little hints to people. I also know that talking about money, I think one of the things that's hit hard recently is talking about money is actually quite boring. No one really cares, to be honest. People want what money buys more than anything.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's very true.
They don't, you know.
And something about NOSTR has been that NOSTR is showing that people love to have the social interactions, sharing information, talking to each other. And then it's like, oh yeah, I can send you some money because I think what you said is cool and I want to show you value. And I wonder if, oh damn, I had somewhere where that was going to go. But I lose what it was. But I guess financial things like people saving money can help them buy freedom. Yeah. Which is maybe, I think, where I was going to go with that. You can buy freedom if you save your money right. So maybe another way to talk about it is, hey, you should get off zero to buy your freedom. Yeah. In terms of time freedom.
Absolutely. And I think there's so many different ways where people can learn, and it's really important that everybody has their own informed opinion or own informed experience, because, you know, you can have someone tell you time and time again,
don't buy. Oh, sorry. I think we're on the opposite ends here.
Yeah.
I'm saying people are going to say, oh, I'm not going to buy Bitcoin. No Bitcoin. And I think what it is that they've never even really researched it or used it in any way, shape or form. And I think that's a really uninformed opinion, which it would be really good for them to just push back and say, hey, look, how about we do a really simple transaction with a Lightning wallet and you see how fast and easy it is. And then you can have a more informed opinion about how you hate it.
Yeah. And think of the discussions you can then have. If you can actually really look and get off zero, the discussions you can then have with other people is so much better. Well, yeah.
Yep.
So I think that's also another really important topic. And of course, we can't forget about, you know, technical revolution.
Of course, like technological revolutions happen a lot. I'm sure when computers first came out, for those that are old enough, oh, no one's going to need a computer. Who wants a computer? I'm not going to learn that. Now, if you can't send an email today because you can't turn on a computer, it really disables a lot of people. It's how a lot of families stay in touch these days. So computers, the internet, telephones, like these technological revolutions that happen, they're important for people to stay connected with their friends and their family and their ability to enjoy life. And money is this paper money system that's being used is actually a really old technology. Yeah. They had to learn internet banking, and just like internet banking, it's going to evolve and they're going to need to learn another system because money is going to become more digital one way, shape or form, whether they like it or not, either through government revolution or through an open source technology revolution. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then of course you've got the portfolio diversification, and in regards to that, it's, you know, even if you had 1% of your portfolio in Bitcoin, you know, it's not a huge amount when you look at the big scheme of things. Yeah.
So this is a piece of information which is a really good talking point when talking to people, and just say, hey, look, spend $100 or $1,000 on a course to learn how to use Bitcoin. And then once you've done that, as long as you've still got the $1,000 at the end of it, maybe consider putting 1% of your portfolio into it. And these are just talking points and concepts to go over with people who might have a lot of resistance. And we're mentioning it because it may just be useful.
Yeah, absolutely. Financial inclusion. Yeah.
Something to think about. Again, this goes back to that technological revolution in a way, where it's like a whole heap of people might be talking about computers and emails, and you're sitting there going, I don't even know how to turn a computer on. And it's like, well, hey, come over to my computer and push this button and see that it's okay, right? Turn it on. And same thing with email. Like just start typing the word with the keyboard and away you go. And the same can be done with a simple download of Blink in most countries. Download the Blink wallet, send them some sats and value, and so many people have been blown away by how simple it was. Because they're like, man, that was easier than downloading Instagram and signing up for an account. And it's like when you have that good an experience, it can help people feel more included in the financial and technological revolution that's happening.
Absolutely. And of course, then there's always starting small. You know, people don't have to go and put all their savings into Bitcoin straight away. It's that importance of starting small, DCAing in to just a small portion of your savings to go across. That sort of thing, I think, is really important.
Super important
as well. You don't necessarily have to dive in.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, should I buy now? Is now the right time? Don't get like hyped and sucked into that. Starts, like Nikki said, start small. Start with, it depends on the system, but for example, in New Zealand, you used to have to spend a minimum of $100 a purchase. Now there's a lightning service where you can start with $1 a purchase through internet banking. And there are other apps like Strike in the United States where you connect your bank. And again, you can start with $1 and just buy $1 a day, buy $10 a week and learn, start small.
Yeah.
And Mark, I'm just reading your comment there about you did a swap with a friend with XRP and you showed them how fast and easy it was for them to set up with Lightning and receive Bitcoin versus the hoops that you'd have to jump through to get onto XRP, which is a complete nightmare. And we had that experience a couple of years ago in El Tunco when we were having pizza one night, and a couple of drunk dudes from the States came in, and they were same thing. They said we just had a discussion with a lady for like over an hour or something about Ethereum and that it's the future. And he said that she actually tried to get him to download a wallet, but the KYC walls were too high. I got him to download Wallet of Satoshi, sent him sats, and he's like, I'm now convinced that your argument is better. And I'm like, But
I think one thing was you said, well, go back to this woman and see if she'll give you, $1.
Yeah.
And he
or
was
10
going,
cents.
even. And you were going, and he was going, oh, but what, okay. But, and well, you made the comment actually, oh, but she won't. And he was going, but why? And it was the cost, the cost of it all.
Yes, even if he got through the KYC walls of signing up, she wasn't going to send $1 because it was going to cost her $20 for the transaction.
Yeah.
As where I'm like, here's $1 and it cost me a fraction of a cent.
Yeah. I know.
It's nuts. There you go.
Okay, so that's pretty much, the start of the Get Off Zero series.
Yeah, we're gonna next week we're gonna talk about the services. So we touched on that a little bit today, but just how people can start small, like not getting in a big way. How you might be able to share tools with friends to help them come in. Yeah. What do you think of this? Let us know. Something a bit different. We just thought we'd mix it up a little bit today, see what was going on. If you do or don't like it, if you have some feedback on whether we should talk about certain things, let us know. And remember, we've got a question section in the comments. Feel free to ask us any questions about anything we've just talked about or our life, Bitcoin, and we'll get back to them in the Q&A section when the little flaggy gets over here.
Absolutely.
And remember, there's a chat thing here too. And I haven't followed up with the QR code thing. I had a good chat with Steve and text messages last week about it, so I need to do something there.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Okay, Thursday. So we, of course, work from home. I had a Spanish class. The neighbours came knocking on our door later in the afternoon, and they sort of, in Spanish, mentioned that, or said to them that they were going to be working on the road because apparently a truck was going to come and do some work on the road, because at the moment it's really, really hard for us to take our car out of our road, which is a real pain. And every time it does, I'm sure it does damage. So all the neighbours came with their tools and were digging up drains and things on the side of the road. It was lots of fun. And so James felt guilty, so he went out to do that.
We had other plans, and I'm like, Nikki, I have to go out there and I have to dig the road. I'm going to take a photo of the road for next week so you guys can see it. Like, it's rutted pretty bad. The rain, the torrential rain, that 10 days of rain we had has washed it out something wicked. But I had a blister on my pinky finger. I don't even know how that happened. Like, blisters on my hands from using these tools, but they were good.
Yeah. So I wandered down to Echo Park and I grabbed us some dinner, because we were going to go and get food. I think that was the problem, and because we had no food. So I went down and grabbed some dinner, and then it was really, really good for me to practice my Spanish with the staff down at Echo Park, which was great. Paid with Bitcoin. Then I came up, felt guilty, put it all in the oven, and I went out with the machete, and I started cutting the grass along our front of our place.
Nikki mowed the lawn. There's a photo up there of Nikki mowing the lawn. It was funny because I was standing there watching just hanging around, and one of the other ladies started making a comment about me standing there watching Nikki. It was quite funny.
But yeah, because we don't have lawnmowers or anything, so yeah, it's the good old machete. Anyway, so that was our Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome, super pilot-ish. We're going to cover that soon for anyone who's curious what he's doing. Good work. I like it.
Okay.
Friday, I'm going to move the flag. All right. Early morning start, and we had I had got some work in before we had the was she a real estate agent?
Yeah.
The real estate agent, I guess, came with the representative of our new landlord for our house. And just a tip, when buying a house in El Salvador or renting a house, pay attention to the road. Now, we kind of knew that our road might be a bit of a challenge. We didn't expect it to get washed that bad.
Yeah.
And also consider buying a hire vehicle. Now, hire vehicles come with a higher maintenance cost and things like that. But it's probably worth it, based on experience now. But anyway, they came and they checked out the house, which was quite good because we hadn't heard from them in 6 weeks since they'd purchased it. So that was quite good. And then we actually drove down to San Miguel to do a few things that we needed to do. So it's the first time we've been down since we got back from Guatemala, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well and truly.
Yeah, so we go to the supermarket, we picked up Nikki's sodium hydroxide, we found another delivery, a delivery firm we'd used in the past, he was able to bring it in for us, so that was good. We ordered it from the States and got it shipped. That was really good. He's a good guy. He's one of the guys who teaches Spanish remotely, if you'd like. We can put you in touch. And then we went off to Vidri, which is one of our favorite hardware stores, and they don't accept Bitcoin, but they ID'd us.
Yes.
And we then showed them the little document that said, we don't have to be ID'd, and they said, we don't care. And so now it's my duty to report them. I don't know
if any of you are in any of the group chats here in El Salvador, the Bitcoin group chats, but there's a big stink at the moment about having to show your ID to different stores now, even if you're spending $5, $10, and people are getting a bit annoyed about that. But apparently you don't have to show ID unless you're spending over $25,000 worth of something, but there's definitely something going on.
And so this is meant to be all transactions. It doesn't matter whether it's cash, a credit card, or Bitcoin. You're meant to be, it's called like the Electronic Transaction Act or something. And they want to ID every single person who makes a payment. But yeah, the Bitcoin office has been hot on the topic of making sure that that's not the case. But the Salvadoran businesses have been making a point of it and taking advantage of it. I think they get a kick out of it myself. But anyway.
Okay, I'm low on volume.
Oh, low on volume.
Oh dear.
Is that, I wonder, can we boost you? I'm not sure if we can boost Nikki individually here.
That's right, maybe I just speak like that. Is that better?
Okay, we'll find out. Get a report.
We will.
Then what else? There's a whole heap of stores that we can pay. I mean, Super Select does have a sign outside saying that we can. And Nikki said it was the best payment experience she's had.
Yeah, this girl knows her stuff. It's so easy. She has her mouse. She plugs it in. She, got it down. Got it down. She's got it down packed.
It's awesome.
So that was easy.
We also dollar store. I mean, these are some pretty fiat places when you think about it. But we need certain things. So we don't really have a lot of choice on some of the things we purchase. And then PriceSmart, that's one of our places to go and buy. It's like, what do we call it? What's the Costco. To go and buy stuff. What we found was our selection of meat was a bit challenging this trip.
Yeah, it was.
So that was
lots
interesting.
of things.
Lots of things.
Good olives. No frozen blueberries. Yeah, there's lots of things.
Right. Yeah.
But that's okay. That's what it is.
Drive home. I can't remember what happened. I feel like
well, we actually had to. I also need distilled water for the soup.
Yes.
And so what happened was the normal pharmacy that we go to get distilled water, they said no, they're out, they can't get any, which just seems really weird. So we actually ended up going to the hospital, and we got we took all their stores.
We bought all of their distilled water.
Yeah.
But what was funny is I think the bottle had a packed on date on the 22nd of the 2022. Yeah. So it's been there for a while.
So I'm sure it's fine.
Yep. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Then we drove home, and we actually went to Eco Parque again to buy honey gifts for Aina.
Yeah.
And their honey at Eco Parque actually has the comb inside, which is why she really wanted it. So we bought that before we went down to the beach. And then while we were there, the owner was actually there, and he's a Salvadoran that lives in the States. They have a supermarket chain over there, but he's running Eco Parque as a social project / business opportunity, which is pretty cool. And he was really good to talk to. He was really excited about us doing what we're doing and the things that he's got to do, and he's doing a lot of things here as well, which is really good.
Yeah.
The staff there actually are getting Spanish lessons in
English
lessons in the Bitcoin Community Center, which is really cool. And we encourage them always, my calendar is pinging. We encourage them always to practice with us because it's a huge opportunity to be able to practice your English with native English speakers.
Yeah.
Even though English is a bit funny. And then we went home because we needed to prepare for the long weekend. So it was a nice early night for us, and then we carried on.
Absolutely. And then Saturday morning, early morning start, we packed the car for the trip to the beach. We had to drop off some meat to Quinton on our way. We got down just after lunchtime and we went to Cadejo, which is a local chain of restaurants. And
restaurant breweries, like a micro-brewery restaurant thingy.
Yeah. And so they have one right on the cliff, which was quite cool. So we went in there for lunch. We actually, at the end of after our lunch, we spoke to our waitress and asked about paying in Bitcoin. She went and saw her manager, brought the manager out, and he's new and he's really keen to start accepting Bitcoin. So he's going to go and have a meeting because some of the other Cadeos up in San Salvador actually accept Bitcoin. So he feels that because he's along the beach, they should be accepting it too.
It was funny because we've got our friend Ainat, she's been there a number of times and pushed on them. And we were treating ourselves to a nice meal. We wouldn't normally go there just because they don't accept Bitcoin, but it was convenient for how the day was going. And we started by saying, today is legal tender day. This guy spoke English too, which made it really easy. Today is legal tender day for Bitcoin in El Salvador. And he actually apologized first for not accepting Bitcoin. And I was just like, hang on, what is going on here? This guy is actually receptive to what we're about to tell him. Yeah. And it was a really refreshing experience having a manager that was like, I'm on the beach in Bitcoin country, I should be accepting Bitcoin. And we were just like, hang on, you're already sold on this, what's going on? So that was really cool. It was really good.
Absolutely. And then we got to Ainat's and we had time to relax by the pool before we head out to a really fancy soiree.
Soiree?
Yeah.
Is that a French word? I don't know.
So we went to the opening of Sovereignty Studios. So they had their launch party at the Bitcoin Mansion. Bitcoin Mansion is a new property that was actually right next door to Cadejo, so it's right on the cliff. It's an accommodation place. There's pool. There's a massive big swimming pool, but they also have down the cliff. You have to climb down the cliff. There's a huge big sea pool as well.
You go downstairs. Yeah. You don't literally have to climb the cliff.
Yeah. But amazing. It was really cool. We were catching up with many friends. Also, we got to talk to, because Sovereignty Studios had their first retreat, so we got to talk to some of the guests who had come along to that, and that was really interesting, having a chat to them, and they were really surprised by El Salvador, and they're very excited.
One of them had actually purchased our ebook
2 years ago. Yeah, so that was pretty.
We need to find her email and reply to her.
But she said she was going to send you a message on Twitter.
Okay, all right. If you're watching, which I'm sure you are, send us that message and I'll follow up.
Yeah, beautiful spot though, beautiful sunset. It was really good. Well done, Sovereignty Studios. I mean, they did an awesome job.
They certainly did.
Yeah, and it was really, great night. So
it was actually quite interesting. Before we move on, they talked about a number of things. So teaching people about being sovereign on their own terms, but also being part of a sovereign revolution in El Salvador, and things like food, taking those things into consideration. El Salvador's got a challenge at the moment where it imports about 80% of its food, and these are things that if there are entrepreneurs coming into the country, and if you're a farmer, an agricultural person, and you can come in and help in ways like that, these are the kind of people that, which is really awesome. It's really awesome that people that are involved in Bitcoin want to come along. We've got two friends, they've actually got a YouTube channel, Brent and oh gosh, Brent, we forget their names.
Going. Go.
They have come and bought a farm, and they are reviving the farm because it has a whole heap of fruit on it and coffee and other things, and they are going to revive it and bring back food sovereignty to the local community and hopefully more, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
Sorry that I forgot the name.
No,
Yeah.
But
it's awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah. So, so moving on, Sunday.
Am I talking about Sunday?
You are.
Is it me?
It
Okay.
is.
We had Bitcoin Farmers Market in El Zonte.
Beth. I knew it. I just needed you to start talking.
Mark and Beth.
Brendan.
Brendan Beth. Oh gosh.
Okay.
Brendan Beth. They've got a YouTube channel. If anyone's interested, let us know. I think we're following them. Are they on Twitter?
Yes. Yep.
Not sure if they're on Twitter, but they're definitely on
They're on
YouTube.
YouTube, yep.
I think they're on Instagram. So the farmers market, it was another great, it's been a while since we've been down there, but it was great to be back. Really cool being on the legal tender weekend. Nikki sold a lot of soap, which was cool.
Yeah, I sold heaps of soap. Yes,
A
which
lot-
is good.
A lot of people were like, where have you been? I need soap. I'm just going to buy everything. They almost did, I think. We don't have a little bit left.
I need to have a bit of a clean up.
But the good news is Nikki started making soap today.
I did.
Great to see some new store holders in there. If you check out our photos, I got a couple of new ladies that turned up, which was good. Oh, and a young guy. So some ladies and a guy that were new. 2 Salvadorans, and
One
Carla is from Ecuador.
Hmm.
There you go, which is awesome. And selling food, supplements, and there was one of them had dehydrated goodies, which was really good. We were eating the beef jerky for a snack this morning, which is cool. Then the rain came in a bit early, which is the first time we've really been rained out, and we decided to pack up and went for a swim down at the beach, which wasn't that much fun, to be honest.
No.
we just got slammed in waves. A moment of silence for the rain and the waves. All right. Then on the way, we went home. We actually, our good friends from the beach, they were like, hey, we're about to head home, and we're like, jump in, losers, we're going to buy Bitcoin. Something like that. No, we took them home. I'm just memeing it there. We took them home. It was great to catch up with them and just have a chat on the phone. We saw them the night before as well, but having an opportunity to talk without the noise and everything was really good. Dropped them off in San Blas, and it was good. It was a really good catch up, actually. Then on our way home, we stopped at Oscar and Marlene's store. Yes. We have a young couple which are selling coconuts on the side of the road. We've even made a YouTube video of them. If you haven't seen that, you should have. You can find it on our YouTube channel.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
That's good.
Yeah. But they've got a Bitcoin sign outside.
They do.
Yep.
Mark, you'll have to actually buy coconut water from them.
Yep.
Normally on the weekends.
Yeah.
So that was good. And when we got back to Berlin, we actually went to the Gastronomica and we saw Dave. We bought his new pulled pork sandwiches, and he's trying a new system of potato chips cooked in pork lard. There you go. Then we popped up to the farmer to purchase our raw milk, which we're using for our kefir grains. Paid for our meals and our food in Bitcoin. Back in Bitcoin City. Bitcoin City. When you come, you need to go visit Gerardo to buy the shirts from Sats Azul.
Yep.
And you can also get custom made shirts from him if you you can choose your color and your style and your everything.
I've got one of his t-shirts on now too.
Oh yes, we both do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bitcoin Academy.
And then we went home to unpack. So basically we spent the evening unpacking and cleaning up the house, which was really cool.
Yeah, so that was our week.
It was.
It was our week. And in fact, I think last night, because we'd been away, I had to sort out the kefir, water kefir and the milk kefir.
Yep.
In fact, we haven't had any kefir today. We need to have some. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, but we had the coconut.
We had
the pineapple.
Yep.
Pineapple with coconut water. Yeah. All right, start asking questions, people, because
Yes.
we're going to read out the question section. And Mark, you're awesome, mate. Look at all those questions. Super Pilotish. Here we go. Hola amigos from Super Pilotish. I'm here on my new Pixel phone. This is from Mark, Graphene OS. Anyone who's wondering what Graphene OS is, it is the operating system that basically strips out all of the tracking information to make it your phone, not somebody else's phone. It's a really interesting thing. You also unfortunately have to run it on a Google piece of hardware, but it's the best option we've currently got. I'm not sure how I'm not a security expert, but they say it's pretty secure and safe. Mark and Super Pilotish are doing their greetings.
Yeah.
Mark's going to de-Google his phone, and he said that he did a currency swap with an XRP dude. I was able to give him sats in 30 seconds for him to send the equivalent in XRP. Probably didn't go so well.
Absolutely.
Super Pilotish, James would be proud of me. Got a kid to download the Blink wallet and send him $5 in a Salvadoran restaurant in my city in Canada. The family knows about it now. Awesome.
Yeah.
How relevant. That's super
So-
relevant.
And so true, Mark, as well. Absolutely agree that nothing beats custodial wallet like Wallet Associate or Blink for that very first interaction with
Yes.
Bitcoin. Don't let perfect get in the way of good enough.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Totally agree with that. It's so much easier to get people to get excited or, just feel the buzz by downloading Blink and sending some sats.
Yeah.
It's just, definitely.
If you want to, Lightning changes the game. Originally, I was onboarding people well before Lightning, and it was, you have to teach them how to download a hot wallet somewhere, and you have to teach them how to back up a seed phrase, and you have to tell them how it all works, and you have to explain 10-minute transactions, and it's hard. Today it's so easy. And then when people have that experience, you can say, look, now that you've seen the potential, there are different levels of security and safety, and just like you have a wallet to go buy lunch, but you don't keep your savings in it, and you can now differentiate the different types of money usage, which is great.
Yeah. And hopefully my volume is better now.
Yeah, no one's
yes.
complaining.
No. And Mark, wow, 80%, that's too large. Definitely needs turning that around.
Yeah,
What was that for?
that's about the food sovereignty.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So even basics, a large amount of the basics are imported, like rice and beans are largely imported. One of the things we're really impressed with in Guatemala was actually the amount of variety of farming
Yep.
while we were driving.
I think, though, they are higher up.
Cooler
so it is
climate.
cooler climate. So it's a little bit easier. And one of the things, there was quite an interesting post put in Francesco's group chat today, just in regards to some of the maize farmers, are finding that they are really struggling. And this is a huge staple part of their diet. And because it's really hard to get workers now. Workers are leaving, or they're wanting to be Uber drivers or things. They don't want to be working on the farm. And two is the fertilizers and things. They're really struggling to get hold of that. So there is a bit of a problem apparently in regards to that in the farming community here in El Salvador at the moment. So let's hope something's going to be happening.
Especially if people are getting remittances as well, that can really, the potential of making money off a farm a small farm can be quite challenging.
Yeah.
And a lot of the older generation, it was the only way they knew. And today, people have got phones, they've got access to the internet, they can see a different world out there, and the expectations change. And I get it. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's challenging. It's really challenging.
Do they still have a sign? I'm thinking of Oscar and Marlene. Yes,
They
they
do.
It's still up. They still put it up. It's like one of those A-frame styles.
We saw it out yesterday.
Yep. And is he on the BTC map? He's definitely on the Blink map. So if you've got Blink, he's on Blink.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's on BTC.
That's a really good point. I'm gonna BTC map. I'm gonna go there right now. I can't remember. Part of it was because I didn't think it was good to put them on there because they weren't there all the time.
Yeah. And to be honest, I mean, we've really only got into BTC maps in the last year.
Yes.
I mean, we've been really focusing on Berlin and getting that up and running.
Yes.
And there was a while there where Marlene and Oscar were doing other things and they weren't there very often. They are there pretty much now every weekend.
Yes. But it's not on the map. Mark, I'll send you a link to where they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Super Pilotish, how long does it take to make soap from start to finish? Well, this morning I would have spent a couple of hours, but then I have this wait time. So I'm sort of on the computer doing stuff as well during that time, because once I heat up the oils and melt all the fats and things, I have to let it cool to a certain temperature. And then I also, when you mix sodium hydroxide and water, it goes to like 180, 190 degrees, and I've got to get that down to a temperature. So that you have this wait time where you're having to wait for things to cool before you can blend them and merge them. Then tomorrow I'll spend at least another hour, maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours cutting and stamping. And that's only for one batch of 1 cent, you know, and then tomorrow after I've done that, I'll have to make another batch. So it's a pretty labour intensive process.
A labour of love.
But it is labour of love, and it's nice, and the house smells really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all cool. Yeah. And then Karen, what do you find is the biggest opposition for people that don't want to adopt Bitcoin?
Oh man, there's so many reasons. You've asked for the biggest one. One of the challenges that I'd say, just prefacing what's going on, is that our Spanish is a bit challenging. Like, it's not really good enough to have a great conversation with people. So for example, we actually asked, sometimes we have good responses from staff members, because we'll talk to a lot of staff members. For example, in Vidri, I asked her to please download the wallet, and next time we come, I will give her Bitcoin. And she was really open to it. Like, she actually got me to write down the word blink, and so she could download the wallet, which was really cool, because we had an experience with our other friends in San Salvador the weekend before, I think. We're at a restaurant called Bamboo, and the staff member was like, no, we don't accept Bitcoin. And we said, would you like to download the wallet and receive a tip? And she's like, no. And we said, do you not like money? And of course, now her brain is like, yeah, I like money. And it's like, but you don't like Bitcoin money? So biggest opposition, I don't know. I think a lot of it is probably a personal bias and maybe just lack of education as to why.
I'm going to say lack of education.
Yeah.
It's just not...
As to why. A lack of education as to why money is important.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, not like schooling education. I mean, these are intelligent people. They just don't understand why money, finance.
Yeah, we've got a new barber shop just opened here in Berlin, and we walked past it, and the guys were standing outside. You know,
with no work.
And James wanted to get his haircut, and they sort of said, we said, will you accept Bitcoin? And they said no. And we said, oh, okay then. So we carry on. And you know, it's that naivety. Yeah. I think.
They think I'm the idiot.
Yeah.
But the thing is they could have had a customer, and normally what's funny is the foreigners who go in and get a haircut at these places is normally like $2, $2.50, and I feel bad paying $2.50 for a haircut, even though it still might only take them 25, 30 minutes.
It's still, when you think about it, yeah. But yeah,
it's not too bad, right?
No.
But we'll often tip them another $1.
Yeah.
Because, if they put in service and like clean up around the edges and stuff, I'm like, yeah, $3, $3.50 for a haircut is not that bad. And they are living in Bitcoin City, right? And there are foreigners walking past, like, this is a popular street they're on too.
Yeah.
There are foreigners walking past them regularly, and yeah, it's just crazy. I was going to say I had one more example there of that, Karen, and I can't remember what it was. Never mind. It was a good one.
All right. I think that's us.
Yeah.
No more questions. Thank you all very much for coming along and watching. Just the last, I suppose, for our outro, just remember about adopting. If you haven't bought your tickets will be going up at the end of this month again. So make sure you get your tickets. Make sure you spend a week each side of the conference so you can really check out El Salvador. And let us know what you thought of our service.
Yes.
And if you want to know more, because we'll just keep adding on to that. I mean, if there's something really exciting, a new software or a new something, we'll of course bring that into stuff. But we just thought we might just try that and see what it's like.
Yep.
But really appreciate everyone who's coming along and interacting and joining in, and we hope you all have amazing weeks.
Make sure to sign up to the newsletter, because our calendar is in there. And oh man, my brain is fried now. Like, I had something else I was going to say about that. Oh, that's right. Our website, make sure, because on our website we've also got a button to the Berlin page. So if you're going to come and visit Berlin, you can now click that and see that. And the link to the calendar is also on the website as well. So you can quickly get to both of those now, which is super convenient from our website. If you want to learn something about NOSTR, I don't have education for you, but you can follow our account from our page on the contact page. And it was one other thing. Remember, if you ever wanted to actually have a chat with people that have been living in El Salvador for a while, you can talk to us. We do private paid calls one-on-one, which is really cool. We had a lot of good feedback on that, which is nice.
Yep, absolutely. That's it.
I think that's it.
Mark, look forward to seeing you next week.
It's coming up quick, really quick. I can't believe it. It's going to be busy. We've got lots of people coming in the end of this month, so it's exciting. And then we're already a third of the way through it.
Yeah. And of course, one other thing, if you are coming down and you've got even more time beforehand, come to Suriname.
Yes.
The Suriname conference. We will be talking at the Suriname conference, as well as some other interesting people, and it's going to be exciting to just go and see a whole completely different country.
I'm looking forward to 500 kg turtles. That's like dinosaur-sized turtles. That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Plantish. See ya. Bye.